Welcome. The Make It Rain campaign is the annual Gold Saucer promotion when many items are on sale, new items are introduced, and most of the games give you 50% more MGP. This event is currently going and will continue until August 11th. You need to be level 15 and have completed one of the 3 envoy quests in the MSQ. You will also need to unlock the Gold Saucer if you have not already. The story begins on the streets of Ul'dah, with Ollier standing in the same place Nanophon was the past 2 years. I don't know why these people think random passersby will be able to help them with their problems, but here we are. Ollier is an attendant at the Gold Saucer, and he is concerned about a co-worker of his who has been accused of a crime, and he is certain he is innocent. Like, I haven't heard that before. And he wants you to meet him at the Gold Saucer. So teleport or take an airship. From the Aetheryte, head south into the Wonder Square, and turn right and jump on the waterspout to get to the Manderville Lounge. Or you can use the Aethernet and go to the Wonder Square West, and you will be right outside the lounge. You find Ollier in the lounge. Speaking to him, he motions to his friend Hugh, who is being questioned by the Brass Blades. Just then, Roland shows up, and he doesn't seem to recognize me. Funny. Because Hugo was on duty at the time, and because of his prior criminal record, he is being accused of stealing this thing. His priors consist of 1 petty theft years ago, and Ollier and Roland have known him to be honest and honorable for as long as he has worked there, so they want to convince Deleuze, the Brass Blades, of his innocence. You are given a journal and are sent to question your first witness, the anxious attendant nearby. When you talk to him, a short cutscene plays. When it's done, you can look at your notes by clicking on the book in the duty list. When you return to Ollier, he sends you out to gather more evidence. You can speak to him now and try to solve the crime, but you will only get bad endings. I won't spoil it here, but I will tell you this. You must gather all evidence and make the right choices in order to get the best ending. More on this later. Completing the quest gives you a little experience and an MGP bronze card worth 5,000 MGP, and then 2 more quests become available. Ollier has a Repeatable Quest, which allows you to repeat the entire investigation. This allows you to try and see all the options and endings. This will give you a Gold Saucer ticket each time you complete it. The Stern Saucer Attendant has a quest that just sends you to Greege, the Tapkeeper, for your final reward. This gives you the Vexed emote, as well as the achievement and a little experience. Besides the quests, while this event is going on, all winnings at the Gold Saucer are subject to a 50% increase, except for the Jumbo Cactpot. This 50% is also applied to MGP rewards from the Gold Saucer challenges in the challenge log. The campaign attendant in the entrance square is available whether you do the quests or not, and sells a selection of Gold Saucer items at a reduced price. Seasonal Event Prizes 1 has all the glamour armor sold by the prize claim guy, as well as the home versions of the Gold Saucer games, and also 3 cards. He also has the new minion this year, the Senorita Sabatender. She will occasionally do the Senor Sabatender dance, and also brings out a balloon and floats for a bit before it pops and she drops. And also there are 2 new housing items, the Cactuar Stool and the Cactuar Round Table. Seasonal Event Prizes 2 has all the glamour weapons and shields sold by the prize claim guy. Be sure to check before you purchase anything from the prize claim dude for full price. I also want to mention, a few months ago, the Rainmaker Hairstyle was made available from the Modern Aesthetic saleswoman for 5,000 MGP. I assume this is permanent. I personally think this is the right decision on the part of the development team and appreciate it very much. And finally, I should mention that the Final Fantasy XV event is currently scheduled to return in September. This is a good time now to obtain the 230,000 MGP you may need for that event. The following unpaid ad contains flashing colors.
Do you remember the days before the internet?
When Tone Loc was relevant?
8-bit graphics were the state of the art.
And Dungeons and Dragons was satanic?
Backwater J remembers.
Check out his channel for comedy,
Gaming.
Music.
Gaming. Spoken word. Gaming.
guitar mods,
Gaming.
And whatever this is.
He's reluctantly digital.
casually misogynistic,
Obsessively whimsical.
and accidentally hilarious.
Backwater J.
Now with Catgirls.
We now return to the same old, same old. Now I'm going to explain how to solve the crime and get the various endings. Lots of spoilers here. I will first try to give you progressive clues in case you want to figure some of this out yourself. You will always start the repeatable quest with the first entry in the book from the anxious attendant. There is no point in going to Chocobo or Minion Squares. The book won't even work there. You can always go back to a person or location to see the scene again, and you can also read a summary of the clue in the journal. There are a total of 9 pieces of evidence. 8 come from people, and 1 comes from a location. When you have all 9, you get the message, "Your search has yielded all the pieces of the puzzle. It is now up to you to put them together," but you can also count the entries in the book to be sure. 2 pieces of evidence are unlocked by talking to other people first. This is what your journal should look like if you have all 9 clues. Alright, now here's how you get all the clues. As I mentioned, you will start with the testimony from the anxious attendant who is right there in the lounge. Drop down to the lower level and cross over to the hallway to Event Square and you will see the brusque brass blade on the left. Note, the Roman numerals represent the order they appear in the journal. Head down the hall and turn left when you get to the Event Square and you will see the brass blade recruit along the southern wall. Cross the Event Square to the Moogle's Paw alcove, and under the stairs is the astute attendant. Go up the stairs, turn left, and enter the Jumbo Cactpot area. By the couch on the left, you will meet the frantic attendant. Drop down and head over to the Round Square. On the northwest side of the cliffhanger course, you will find the effusive attendant. Run toward the Aetherite Plaza and then to the entrance square. Turn right and along the north wall you can talk to the cheery customer. Talking to the cheery customer unlocks the choice location to the south. Interact with that for another clue. And now look back toward the Aetherite Plaza and talk to the blabbering brass blade on the right. He will only have a clue if you had talked to the brass blade recruit previously. Check your journal that you have all 9. There are 4 endings, 2 bad, 1 kinda good, and then there is the best the best ending. There are a total of 10 dialogue choices, but you will go through as few as 3 and need to get at least 9 to get a good ending. Be confident, like you know what you're talking about. Choose the answers that present the information you have learned. Many options are not available unless you have certain clues, and you cannot get the best ending unless you have all 9. Some options are only available if you made the right choices. The turning point is choice 5, where you accuse someone. If you don't have 4 choices here, you did something wrong. Both the extra choices require making the right previous choices. So let's solve this thing. For the first choice, you need to be confident that the true culprit is still out there. Otherwise, the second choice will be skipped entirely. For the second choice, pick the third option, about the missing uniform. This option is only there if you got the clue from the astute attendant. In the third, ask where is the horn. This will only be here if you got the clue from the brusque brass blade. Any other choices here will skip over the fourth choice. For the fourth choice, insist that the horn was stolen while Hugo was on duty. That option will only be there if you got the choice location clue. Now for the all-important fifth choice. If you have all 4 options, you can get any of the 4 endings from here. If you don't have 4 options, you either missed a clue or made a bad choice. The last 2 options will be there no matter what and result in the bad endings. If you choose to accuse Captain Deleuze, Hugo is immediately arrested. If you apologize to Hyuga, you are admitting he is guilty, and Deleuze will get really angry and vows to make life hard on Hyuga.
This is the darkest, most terrible timeline.
The second option, it's not Hugh for certain, is there if you got at least one of the previous hidden options. Choosing this takes you to the sixth choice, where if you insist it's all just circumstantial evidence, you get the kinda good ending where Hugh is set free and the crime is still unsolved. Choosing any of the other two options sends you back to choice 5. The first option, to accuse Pippi Maya, is only there if you got all 9 clues and made all the right choices, but you are not out of the woods yet. This will skip over choice 6 and bring you to 7. Here, the first 2 options take you back to 5. The third one about the stolen uniform is the correct one. Careful here because the second and third options will just give you the kinda good ending, so pick the first one about the brother who loves MGP. And here is the final important choice. Pick the first option to mention his nickname and get the good ending. The second option just gives you the kinda good ending. If you chose correctly, you get the whole story, the who's and the why's, and even an old friend shows up. There is one final choice, but it's just a flavor choice like most. And this is the best timeline. I really like what they did here. This is a decent example of branching text found in old adventure and RPG games. I hope we see more like this in the future. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click the thumbs up button and consider subscribing to my channel. Goodbye.